You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and sending me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you in the Let's Play episode of Green Eyres End. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Looking back, I see nothing but darkness. I stand there, scared of going up the steps to meet that creature. After a few seconds, a loud, rumbling tenor voice fills the room. Ooh, that's cool. Welcome our latest guest. Come closer, we have business to attend to. I walk up the steps. A chair manifests next to the desk. I take the seat, looking up to meet the gaze of the creature. Ooh! Welcome to this side. My name is Shezmu, and I will be your manager during your stay in this establishment. You must have so many questions. Allow me to start with the basics. You have died, and this is the afterlife. As long as term inhabitant of the town of Green Eyres End, you have been given a room in this place. To help souls integrate to this place, we assign each individual to a manager. I have chosen to be your manager. That piques my interest. They chose to be my manager? Your choice? Why? You and I have met before. I asked a favor of you and you accomplished it. Now's my time to return it. We've met before? When? Where? Now, even if I answered that question, you wouldn't be able to confirm it. You are missing your memories, after all. So they know. Is there any particular reason for that? There is, but it'd be best for you to find out why by yourself. It's quite difficult to integrate a soul to a new place if they have no memories of their past life. We'd prefer if you remembered them before we proceed with your relocation. What does this relocation mean anyway? If you chose to make your new home here, a room will be permanently assigned to you. You also have access to all the comforts this establishment can provide. That is, of course, if you choose to fulfill your duties. Our branch envisions a life after death that mirrors that of the living world, but aided by more resources and opportunities. You may choose to change anything about yourself, your appearance, voice, powers, except for your memories. Our motto is that transformation for that to occur. The old self must be acknowledged. Your past will forever be engraved in the pages of our library and in your mind. What duties do you expect me to fulfill? That is up to you to decide. An artist, a farmer, a therapist. So long as you prove yourself useful, you can fulfill any role you want. If I refuse to stay? You'll be free to wander the outside lands and to seek residence in other branches. Sounds like a decision I'd rather do with my memories. How do I get them back? I'll be assigning you a temporary job of detective. You are free to cancel the contract whenever you wish. Your task is simple. Travel through your town, remember who you are, then answer a formulary. It will have several questions that we will need to accommodate your needs. I can go back? Not to the world of the living, but a layer between it and ours. It's a near-perfect mirror, but blends in with your memories and subconscious. Water time. It'll help you narrow your search to your most important moments in life. The formulary will be delivered to your room in due time. Complete it with satisfactory answers, and you will be awarded a permanent stay. You'll also be given a special set of permissions, including a schedule for wandering the halls, individuals you may contact, events and activities you can partake during your stay. Happy shall give you the details at a later date. Some of my coworkers will be lending you their aid as well. Use this time to decide whether or not this is the place for you. Sounds reasonable. Is there anything else I should know? I should warn you that other individuals outside of this establishment may prove dangerous. Detaching your soul from your body doesn't make you immune to all form of attacks. If you sense danger, try to remain calm and focus on your room. Our gatekeepers will open a portal to your location. With all said, do you accept these terms? If I can back out at any time, then this doesn't sound like a problem. Sure. When do I start? You may start as soon as our meeting is done. I have one more matter to discuss with you. Due to the unusual transference of manager rights in your contract, certain things, such as the door to your room, appear to be working improperly. Please inform me or the staff if you notice any problems. I understand. I'm ready to go. Have a good night. I hear the lion creature snap its fingers and the room goes dark. Next time I open my eyes, I see a strange yet familiar view. 1 second now. I've been here very recently. I reach for my throat, feeling nothing. I breathe, surprised my sense of smell seems to be working. The scent of the place is mostly earthy, humid, and fresh. Something is off about it, though. All these smells are recognizable as a whole, but the details are twisted. The visual of the scenery is similarly odd. The forms are natural, but the lights and colors are not. In the rain, it feels nostalgic. Being washed by it feels comforting, as if a part of me is at home. Except I'm not being soaked at all. I can feel the touch, but no droplets don't stay in my body. Thinking of home, I get up. I see the path leading back up the trail. The bag I was carrying is nowhere in sight. Maybe it fell off when I got attacked, or it was stolen. It might not even have come with me to this realm? I moved back to where I was attacked, checking the scene for any clues. Nothing. No bag, no footprints, no needles. If someone wanted me dead, then something might come up while I search for my memories. My house is likely the best start then. Return to the road and make my way up the trail. After a 10-minute walk, I'm finally out of the woods and into a residential area. There are very few houses here, each dozens of meters apart and very big. I remember my house having rows of flowers outside. Only one matches the description well. Studying the flowers outside, I recognize them. The amount and size of each, the compound used, the imperfections in each petal. Yo, this game has some crazy production values. Like, holy shit. These are no doubt the ones I have raised for the last couple months. Just seeing them makes me relax. Proud at how much and how pretty they've grown. I chuckle, surprised at how emotional I got over these plants. Wonder if I'll find out how I was a flower enthusiast. I do hope this rain isn't excessive for the flowers. And then again, I don't know if this is happening in real life or not. I move to the entrance of the house. Reaching for the handle, I feel the air around me change. It gets warmer. Drier. The door opens even before I pull the handle. The scent of freshly cooked food hits my nose. A wave of relaxation hits me. Moments later, a gentle yet confident voice of a man speaks. "Dad, you're back home! You're back! Welcome home!" The scene turns back to a surreal tone. The sense of familiarity remains, but fainter. There's also something else, something more strange. From a quick glance, a living room and kitchen have the typical furnitures you'd expect. A TV, fridge, sofa, dining table. Up close, several of these objects reveal a different story. The TV is massive and hooked to several devices in the desk underneath. The sofa is smooth and well polished. Several rows of DVDs and games line up the shelves. They cover a variety of genres, almost too evenly so. At the top of the shelf, I see a row of DVDs focusing solely on investigation and mystery shows. Below that, a row on documentaries about mining and economy. The kitchen is wide, with polished marble counters, an ornate dining table, and beautifully patterned porcelain tableware. The fridge is large, filled to the brim with food, enough for a family of 4. A touchscreen outside reveals its many features, including a clock and a calendar. The date reads September 20th, 2017. 20th of September, 2017. Everywhere I see, shelves are filled and organized, so much so that it doesn't feel lived in. Upstairs, I find a door that provokes my memories. A strong sense of familiarity comes from it. I open the door, entering what appears to be a bedroom. Inside is a room that should be spacious but doesn't feel like it. The walls are filled with papers and strings, the contents ranging from newspaper articles, photos, drawings, and handwritten notes. It seems the tenant was investigating the same mines and irregular activities in a small town. Strangely enough, none of the papers attribute anyone, just a couple of numbers. Several drawers and desks cover a substantial amount of the room. In each compartment are more papers, neatly tucked into folders. A few notebooks stand out to me, mostly due to their titles. Death in the Mines, The King of the Burrows, and Stuck at Nowhere. I open Death in the Mines and browse it. It's formatted strangely, inconsistently, like a description of stray ideas that sometimes turns into a narrative. The book tells me of a strange death that occurred on the 11th of November 1956 in the mines of a town called Green Eyres End. The body showed no signs of aggression, poison, or asphyxiation. After weeks of investigation, the police were unable to determine the cause of death, and when they came to retrieve the body, it was gone, a couple describing seeing it walking away. That's when a detective from outside is assigned to the case. Pollux Vita, a Greek detective acclaimed and eccentric, arrives in 1957. That's when the book switches to a more narrative-like structure along with a strange image. Its overall structure is that of a human, but its proportions are so distorted it looks more like an abstract drawing. Wait, I recognize that! I look behind me to the rows of papers on the wall. Sure enough, a copy of it is there, and below is the number 3, the page this is in. I examine the papers again, noticing a couple that are directly referencing this book, with numbers indicating the page and line it's found on. Is this a book of recounting of the town's history? Maybe this case wasn't concluded and the tenant of this room was trying to solve it. I continue reading the book. However, to my surprise, it seems to end just one page further. The rest of the book focuses on describing the protagonist, the detective. It spares no adjectives in mentioning how awesome this man is. I close the book, questioning its integrity. I examine the rest of the wall, finding no signs of references to anything beside these books. The handwritten notes all have question marks at the end. And the newspapers aren't actual newspapers, just a regular white paper with a texture printed on it. I'm now convinced these are fake, or maybe the tenant is a writer? I quickly scroll through the other two books, checking if the rest of the papers on the wall are referencing them. They are. Their contents are similarly suspicious despite mentioning the name of a real town. My attention turns back to the many drawers. I see several books and comics, the most prominent genres being mystery and adventure. These covers seem professionally made, likely actual publications. Some of the books are tutorial types, some software related, others on learning how to draw and write. On another compartment, I find some legal documents, an identity card, a photo, a college permit, and a workbook. Daniel Rocha. Am I Daniel Rocha? The name sounds quite familiar, and the voice at the entrance also called me that. Birth date, 13th of March, 1998. Assuming the calendar on the fridge is the current date, that'd make them 19 years old. A college permit for a student majoring in business administration. It says the course started in the second half of 2015, but was frozen by the end of 2016. Incomplete. The workbook is blank. It seems I haven't had a job yet. I put the documents, folders, and books back and close the drawers. When I do, something hard falls down to the floor. It's a purple stone, small, smooth, and glows. Something in the back of my head tells me I knew what this was, but I can't quite recall the details. What I do remember is that this isn't a common thing to have. This is extremely valuable and dangerous. I place the stone into one of my pockets, thankful they still work. My attention turns to the computer. The computer screen lights up as I approach. It flashes into the home screen, skipping boot time and login. I reach my hand to the keyboard, trying to interact with it, but before I do, it flashes again, switching to the internet browser. I see the browsing history. The list includes purple stones, feline spirits, and Eastern festivals and cultures. The screen glitches again, revealing a private conversation. It's between Daniel Rocha and Fame. It reads, I got the chef's permit. It says sometime during the weekend. Are you available by then? Available all day, both days. Do any particular time in mind? I already talked with Lorelei, huh? Interesting. I already talked with Lorelei. They want to leave during the morning, and be done before sunset. I told them we couldn't start before 7. That's not actually true. I was hoping we could meet before then to prepare the plan. How about 5 in the morning at the Great Breeze Hotel? We probably don't even need that much time, but sure. What plan do you have in mind? We'll have our group split at a certain point. Neil will be studying the plants. Lorelei will be audio recording it, and meanwhile you and I stay in the caves for further inspection. I'm not sure Lorelei will be satisfied with just audio. We'll pretend that they can't film footage of the plants. The mines are also narrow, so it makes enough sense that the only 2 people should be there at once, and one of them being the guide. Aren't we supposed to be with our guide the entire trip, though? Yes, but it doesn't have to be just me. Our gardener will be giving a crew a lecture, so they'll be being watched by someone. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alrighty, y'all. I am tired. Y'all have a lovely rest of your evening. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!